Well, what's going on, you guys? Today we are talking about the top school districts here in Salt Lake County. We're just going to be covering Salt Lake County for today's video. We're going to have additional school district videos coming out for Davis County and for Utah County, as well as some of the surrounding areas, so stay tuned for those. But for this video specifically, we're talking about the 5 public school districts that are here in Salt Lake County. We're going to touch on a couple of charter schools and private schools as well. I'm going to be breaking it down for you here, what you need to know and what you need to look for if you're looking to make a move here to Salt Lake City or any of the surrounding areas and you're worried about the school districts. So, like I mentioned, there are 5 public school districts here in Salt Lake County. Number 1, you have the Salt Lake City School District. Number 2, you have Granite School District. Number 3, you've got Murray. Number 4, you've got Jordan. And number 5, you've got Canyons. These are the 5 different public school districts here in Salt Lake County. They do have different rankings, and there are some things that you want to know as far as the student count, where they're located, and what to look out for. So, talking a little bit about the boundaries, you can see here on the map that we've got a few different areas that these districts cover. Of course, Salt Lake City covers the downtown area. We've got Granite School District, which kind of covers the middle of the county here. Everything from Magna, West Valley, Kearns, Taylorsville, South Salt Lake, Mill Creek, and Holiday. And then you've got Murray City here in the middle. This is just a very small district. In fact, there's just one high school within the Murray City School District, and you guessed it, that's Murray High School. There is actually another high school that is in Murray City technically, which is Cottonwood High School, but that's actually not even a part of the Murray City School District. So they're kind of just out there on their own, doing their own thing, I guess. You've also got Canyons on the eastern side of the southern part of the county here, which covers Midvale, Cottonwood Heights, Sandy, and Draper. And then you've got Jordan, which covers the west side of the southern end of the county, which is West Jordan, South Jordan, Riverton, Bluffdale, and Harriman. So those are the 5 different school districts here in Salt Lake County. Now, I was doing some research, and according to backgroundchecks.org, which, you know, sounds like a pretty legit website. You know, if they're doing background checks, then they probably have some good information on the schools in the area. They've actually ranked the different school districts throughout the entire state, and I'm going to give you the rankings here for Salt Lake County and these 5 school districts. So unfortunately, at the bottom of our list is Granite School District, ranking in at number 35 in the state. And, you know, if you think of all the districts in the state, there's probably not too many. I think there's probably like 40 or 45 different school districts. So they are towards the bottom of the list, unfortunately. Granite School District does cover a very wide range of different, you know, socioeconomic statuses. Everything from the west side, which is typically a little bit lower income, all the way to the east side, which can be very high income. However, the school district as a whole does not have the best ranking. So Granite School District, number 35 on the list. In 4th position on our list is the Salt Lake City School District, coming in at rank number 29. Now again, this is still pretty low on the list, and there is a huge difference in the types of schools in this area as well. This is mostly covering the downtown area. You have a lot of lower income and then extremely high income people and socioeconomic status in this area specifically. So it doesn't have anything to do with that necessarily. It's just the school district itself does not rank very high overall. Number 3 on our list is Murray School District, and they kind of sit right in the middle at rank number 23. The second best school district in Salt Lake County is Jordan School District, coming at rank number 14, and the number 1 spot for Salt Lake County goes to the Canyons School District, coming in at rank number 8. When you take into account all of the factors that go into these rankings, you know, Jordan and Canyons being that high on the list is actually not too bad. You know, there's a lot of students, which does bring the student to teacher ratio up, and there's typically a lack of funding across the entire state for teachers and education in general. Just because there are so many students, it's hard to get funding for all of them to, you know, catch up to the levels that other states see. So there's a need for funding for these schools in general, but unfortunately a lot of that funding comes from taxes. But of course, when the state says, hey, we need to raise taxes in order to provide more for education, everybody vetoes that, and then next week they're complaining about not enough funding in the school districts. So it seems like we're kind of caught in the middle. Of course, people want better education education, but they don't want to pay more taxes to provide for it. So that's kind of the place that we sit as far as education is concerned for the public schools. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about some of the charter schools and the private schools that we have here in the area. But before we do that, make sure to give me a thumbs up here on the video if you're liking it so far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And last but not least, make sure to get in touch with me if you're thinking about making a move here. I'd love to hear from you. I've helped people from all across the country and even internationally relocate here to Salt Lake City or any of the surrounding areas. So if you're thinking about making that move, call me, text me, email me, get a hold of me any way that you need to. Let's jump into talking a little bit about some of the charter schools. So I do have to mention that we do have a number of different private schools and charter schools in the area. I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them in this video because there are a lot of one-off schools, but I do want to talk about some specifically that are more popular and more well-known. So number one on our list for charter schools is American Preparatory. They have 5 locations. They have 3 in the Draper area and they have 2 in West Valley. Now, if you look up American Preparatory online, you'll see some mixed reviews. They've kind of had a little bit of a scuffle with some of the community. Unfortunately, with the placement of their schools, they've had some, kind of back and forth, but the people who have had their kids actually attend the school have said that they absolutely love it. So it has nothing to do with the education or the curriculum that they teach. It's kind of just been this community thing over the campus and how they use the land. So anyway, the people that are going to that school or the kids that are going to that school, from what I've heard, absolutely love it, and they wouldn't have chosen a better charter school for their kids to attend. Number 2 on our list for charter schools is the Academy for Math, Engineering, and Science. If your kid's technical, if he's analytical, this is where you want to send him. This school, at the time anyway, was actually located within Cottonwood High School, which is the high school that I went to. So it was actually a part of the school. So it kind of gave the kids that public school atmosphere, but they actually attended different classes than the rest of us who were in the public side of the school system. So it kind of gave a good mixture, where they weren't in their own school or in their own building by themselves. They're actually part of the public school. So this is the place that you want to go if you're looking to advance in some of those more technical fields like math, engineering, and science. Number 3 on our list is Beehive, Science and Technology. If you're looking to get your kid into the future, learn a little bit more about technology and science in general, this is the number 1 ranked charter school in the state, and they have a student to teacher ratio of 17:1. Now let's talk a little bit about private schools. Number 1, we're going to talk about Roland Hall. Roland Hall is located in the downtown area of Salt Lake City, and it is a fantastic school. Now, as you probably know, with private schools, they are not cheap. Tuition here for middle school and high school students runs $25,000 per year. So it's not the cheapest school by any means, but it is fantastic, and you can bet that your child is going to be able to make great connections, learn a ton, and definitely have a head start, especially if they're going from high school into some type of advanced university or some type of very advanced education system. They're definitely going to have a head start if they're going to Roland Hall. All right, number 2 on our list is Juan Diego Catholic School. Now, this is a Catholic school, and while many of the students are Catholic, you do not have to be Catholic to actually attend the school. This is information that I found from their website directly. Juan Diego sits in Draper, and it's on a 57-acre campus. It's absolutely beautiful there, very well maintained, and a very highly sought-after school. They actually do have a middle school and an elementary school there. I think it's called St. John the Baptist. So it's a great place where you can have your kid go all the way from kindergarten all the way through high school and be on one campus for their entire education career, if you will. Juan Diego is also known for their sports programs, so if your children are interested in sports, this might be a school that you want to take into consideration. Next on our list is Challenger Private School, and they're actually in a little bit of a unique position because their tuition is a little bit cheaper, but they do only offer tuition and education for elementary and middle school. They do not have a high school program at this time. So check out Challenger School if you want to get your little kids into a private school. This is definitely a highly ranked school here in the state and something you want to check out. So guys, that wraps up our video here on the best school districts and schools in general here in Salt Lake County. As always, make sure to give me a thumbs up here on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and make sure to get in touch with me, call me, text me, or email me if you're thinking about making that move here to Salt Lake City or anywhere along the Wasatch Front. I absolutely love it when you guys reach out. I can't wait to hear from you. Call me, text me, email me, get a hold of me any way that you need to so we can start talking about the type of home and lifestyle that you're looking for when you do get here. With that said, I'll catch you in the next one.